Hey there. So what I'm going to do in this video is do a real quick review on this Air Zone dual dart blaster, and after that hopefully get to modifying it. Now, to start off, this is produced by Air Zone, which is, I would say, the only real competitor to Nerf, and they make very similar products, Nerf guns and other Nerfy. I hate to use the word Nerf, but you get the idea. So before we get into this, I should let you know this is the second incarnation of the Air Zone dual barrel shotgun. The first one looked a lot more conventional, something you might see like in the Wild West with the actual break action, and it just looked a lot more tame. This one, by contrast, is way more futuristic. You notice all the swooping motifs here from the front, which has this kind of smooth, swoopy, almost looks kind of like a car, you know, a modern car. And then it even has this thing on the top here, which doesn't really have a function, but definitely continues the whole styling. And if you look at the barrel, you can see how the barrel isn't that crude Wild West, but rather more, space age look. Okay, so that's the first obvious change, but then getting to function, there's two big changes there as well. First of all, this no longer is considered I would consider a true break action for when you want to reload, as where the other one actually folded among, like, right about this axis here, where the barrel would actually swoop down. Here, yeah, there you go. Only the business end, I guess you could say, of the shells is exposed. The rest of the barrel stays in line. So that's that part. And the other big change is this. As far to a slide like a pump action shotgun, this one charges with this lever action type deal here. So actually this works more like the Air Zone, where they have a lever action rifle. So this kind of, I guess, takes that same functioning. And it does stay like that. So then you'd fire, and it does have, again, a dual stage trigger. So one for one barrel, and then push again, or pull again, I should say, for the second, and then you'd eject. Okay. So this is probably over the top, but just to show you how these work, as opposed to a Nerf gun where you just load in the dart, you actually load it into these here, which I guess are supposed to represent like spent shotgun cartridge, shotgun shells. Now, it's cool and it has a cool effect, but it's nothing really. It's not really a performance gain for essentially in a Nerf gun. This becomes part of. I'll get this one. This in a Nerf gun, this is actually part of the gun. So this will be fixed in the gun, and then when you slide in the Nerf or the bullet or the dart, and poof, it fires and it shoots out, and then you would load in the next. So all we're really gaining here is, I guess you could say, the breech is now a removable part. Okay. So, but anyways, to show you how this was loaded, you can probably guess. You load one, then get the other one. Oh, I should let you look in here. So again, just to push home the point that it truly is just the breech being ejected from the gun. Okay, and then there you go like that. Okay, and then to load it, you just slide it in. Let's see, there you go. So you just slide them in, like so, and then push them down. And there's basically the hallmark feature of this. The shells drop out like they really would in a real shotgun. Okay, now, so that's pretty cool, but then you might say, why am I even bothering modifying it? Well, the first one is obvious, more power. Just with that little shot there, you could see, it wasn't too bad, but it was nothing really to write home about. The other thing is this, the shell ejection. Now, on the box, it has these shells, like, shooting out of this gun, basically. It even says, don't put your face behind, because the shells will hit you in the head. Well, here's my case. Check this out. Okay, so I load them in, right? Okay, bang, I fire. Now here comes the ejection. Alright, they don't hardly even leave the gun, let alone be enough to hit you in the head and cause any injury. So either this is broken, which I don't think so because it looks in good shape and it's brand new, or they've toned down the ejection, i.e. the springs are not as powerful as they used to be, or you're just meant to do this. Once you shoot it, kind of roll the gun and then push it and then they drop out. Well, hey, the way I figure, if I'm going through all this trouble to have to use these things, I want these things to fly out and have a really cool effect, okay? So what I'll be modding is I'm going to go in here and make the ejection springs. I'm going to beef them up so these actually do fly out. And then, of course, give it more power. Alright, so welcome back. This is what it looks like when you get it apart. Now, for those paying attention, you'll probably notice that there was a cost for getting this thing apart. And that's located on the bottom of your screen right now. Right here. And this part, ideally, would have stayed together. And if that were the case there, this thing could go back together and work. Well, it didn't come apart quite like I like. And you might say, well, why is that? Wasn't I paying attention? Well, yes, I was. Thing is that there was a hidden screw. And as you know, hidden screw is like one of the #1 enemies for people that mod these kind of guns. Here's the location of the hidden screw. It's right there. I'll pan out a little. There it is. Now, I had a feeling, because when I was taking it apart, I got all the other screws out. And this part was all splitting open, and this part was all splitting open, but the middle was staying together. I had a feeling there was a hidden screw, so what I did, on the other side, see this part goes here, so on the other side, which is now facing down, I went ahead and I scraped off this air zone label, figuring that the screw head would be underneath. Well, it turns out the other side it's just yellow plastic under this sticker, and if you fill this side, there's no indentation for where the screw might be. So I thought it was just adhesive, I thought I could snap it, but no. There was actually a screw. So, to all the people that hope to mod this gun and actually make it stronger, and i.e. put it back together so it works again, you're going to want to lay the gun so that the barrel, or, here you go, the barrel, or whatever, when you take off the barrel, just know, with the guns facing right, you want to go in through here, I don't know, drill a hole or something, and then you'll expose this screw well, and then you can take this screw out,